knows for a fact that there's a lot of things this woman has collected against him. He knew this day was coming. And the fact that his team offered $10 million makes me feel like he in particular knows she's not just bluffing. Now, my issue, or not even issue, my thing with Shannon, in the sense of how you're going to handle this, is when he put out this video. Because it's no way this video could be true. Listen to this.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself.
Let me stop it there. You can't. Shannon, and you like twice my age, nigga. And every time a woman has said something or anyone has said something about me, I want to say a lot about it. You can't say nothing. There's the reason why you have lawyers. You can't play the PR game yourself. And this was probably Shannon's first error, because I think he thought he was going to go back and forth, tit for tat. And oftentimes us media guys, because we have this microphone here and we know our audience, like we got a bunch of people in here, we know it's kind of powerful. We're like, yo, we could go do our thing. We're going to be able to balance out whatever this is. Here's the thing. An experienced lawyer is just going to slow leak all of this shit. They're going to just, you're not going to go online and every day and debunk it. So this was the first day when he's like, yeah, no, I'm going to respond to everything. Nah, Shannon. Nah.
Because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a...
Now, I'm going to pause it right there, too. Shannon, let me tell you this. I've been through hell and back. Let me tell you, my audience right here, all my chat niggas, everybody in the chat, just spam a scorpion if you've been rocking with me through all of this shit. Y'all have seen me in some of my deepest, darkest moments. Y'all have seen when everybody was turning their back on me. Y'all have seen when people were kicking my back, and you've seen when people were cut my throat. They were stabbing a knife in. They were trying to put me in my casket. Y'all all have seen it, and y'all have been there for me. I love you guys so much. All my chat niggas, please. I just want to see a scorpion right now. Chat. If you've been watching me for a while, there's a few things you're going to be like, yeah, I've heard Axe say this. And I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of the stuff I've been through changed how I cover people. And maybe that was God's intended purpose, to be like, you've covered shit with people with lack of empathy, and you treated them like because they were rich or famous or a celebrity or a rapper, fuck them. And maybe that was God's way to say, let's see how you feel under the same fire. I don't know. But that was important to me. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. If anybody's watched me, you guys know I've always said this one term. It's a Jamaican saying. When y'all dig a hole, make sure you dig two. I'm going to put that in English. You probably should understand it. When you're digging a hole, or you're digging a grave for someone, always dig two. Dig one for yourself as well. It's a lot of people who enjoy being on one side of the gun and expect that they'll never be on the next. You know, the most people who indulge in shooting or trying to kill people end up dying by a gun. That's just how things happen. So that term, when you dig a hole, make sure you dig two. And I'm not going to say I don't want to do the karma, nothing like that. But it's interesting when you hear Shannon Sharpe say that. Shannon Sharpe, whose tone now is Tony Busby attacks black men Look what he did to Jay. Look what he did to me. I want to bring this up, chat. You want to know the irony and the silver lining all in between this? Tony Busby was the lawyer that represented the majority of alleged assault victims of another NFL player. That guy's name was Deshaun Watson. Tony Busby, an attorney representing women who filed lawsuits against NFL player Deshaun Watson, alleged sexual misconduct and blah, blah, blah. Okay? Watson has settled the majority of the lawsuits, with Busby confirming that 20 of the 24 were settled. Busby represented them. Remember I said, when you dig a hole, make sure you dig two. Check this out. Deshaun Watson, Shannon Sharpe. Hold on. Let me get the actual article. Shannon Sharpe was one of the harshest critics to Deshaun Watson, basically saying that he was a man that wouldn't learn, and blamed the fact that he got accusations on him on his ill behavior. Basically saying, you're fucking up. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm going to pull it up. Here we go. Where is it? Look. Deshaun Watson, Shannon Sharpe, he's not sorry. Check this out. Wait, can I find it? I don't know if I can find it. Hold on. Okay, I had that in news. Oh, we got to find here. Look. Shannon Sharpe says about Deshaun Watson, he ain't sorry. He only apologizing due to fear of massive punishment from the NFL. That was Uncle Shay Shay criticizing Deshaun Watson when Deshaun Watson was being targeted by Tony Busby, who was gathering a bunch of women to say Deshaun Watson did SA. It's only until he himself get targeted by Tony Busby that now, what is his rhetoric about that?
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open.
Now it's a shakedown. What I tell you, when y'all dig a hole, make sure you dig two. The demeanor you had to Deshaun Watson about the same lawyer who sued him. You're talking about Jay-Z. That same lawyer sued him 24 times for 24 women. And you sat up there and said, Deshaun is only apologizing because he loved that NFL check. You didn't say, why is one lawyer? You didn't think about that. You didn't care. When you dig a hole, make sure you dig two. It's only when you got targeted by that same lawyer. And you ain't get targeted 24 times. You got targeted once. Your narrative out the gate is he targets black men. You didn't give Deshaun Watson that grace, did you?
Transparent and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape.
He targets black men. That's what he says now in 2025. Okay? On Undisputed, Sharpe said the apology was a little bit too late. Once the ruling had come down, you know, you settled the case. It's not skipped. You just come out and say, hey, I could put this behind me. I apologize for anybody who was impacted. My behavior, blah, blah, blah. You got people that could work, you could move on. He then said, that's what should have happened. Once you sell, you come out, you word it appropriately, you move on. But when you sell these cases and don't really say nothing, he's not sorry. So I think the timing is a lot. It has to do with the apology. Skip, timing is everything with an apology. He retweeted, Pro Football Talk, per source, Roger Goodell will not personally handle the Deshaun Watson appeal. He would designate someone not with the league to handle it. Here's what Shannon's saying. I've got an idea. What if we let a former judge that's agreed upon by both parties decide? When you dig a hole, make sure you dig two. Do you think Shannon Sharpe would be in this same mindset about himself? You see, it's easy to sit up on a soapbox and point the finger. And rules for thee doesn't happen to be rules for me. That's how a lot of people treat it. And I get some of y'all might be like, no, it's a little bit different. There's like 24 of them. They're represented by the same lawyer. Also, at that point, Deshaun Watson already got like a big contract. You were in talks for a big contract. Just a little parallel, I realized.
That tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony.
Let me tell you this. Let me keep saying it. When you dig a hole, make sure you dig two. Metro Boomin out of his sheer hatred for me when there was this eruption of news and media outlets reporting Ak is getting sued. Metro Boomin retweeted that same very thing. It caused me to basically go off on him. Said, shut your bitch ass up and go more, nigga. You notice you haven't heard you haven't heard Metro Boomin say nothing else since Metro Boomin caught the same case. When you dig a hole, make sure you dig two. Trust. I'm a living example too. I've sat up here and I've covered many different situations. Lacking empathy. These days, I have a much more nuanced look at things. Because before, I was acting like I was an angel. And what I mean by angel, like, well, only the really guilty people get accused of that. I would never get accused of some shit like that. Just remember. Let's keep it going.
Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself.
Now, he's talking about a sex tape. By the way, I think this is a very bold, and we're going to get into like strategy here. We're going to get to Stephen A. giving some commentary, Jason Whitlock. We're also going to get into Shannon Sharpe also realizing that not everybody's happy for this little Uncle Shay Shay, you're really lit image. They're gunning for you, my brother. ESPN, Pat McAfee, had Paul Heyman on his show, and they ridiculed this nigga for about 90 minutes about the fact that he's being accused of this. Imagine I'm working at Complex and I'm carrying the heavy load in terms of trying to bring people in and entertain people. Some person accused me of robbery. And then I look on the station and other shows are clowning me about robbery. They're kicking your back in. Shannon's learning an important lesson right now. But we ain't get there yet. So this was when Shannon says there's a 30-second sex tape they're going to release, but I ask you to release the whole 10 minutes. Now, this got to be him trying to put their lawyer in a trick bag. They can't release a sex tape. Like, if this sex tape, quote unquote, is detailing a crime, I'm pretty sure that leaves some legal liability, right? But he's requesting that the sex tape gets released. Why is he doing it? He's clearly doing it because he's trying to prevent what they're doing now. Tony Busby and his lawyer has a daily strategy. Every day they leak a little more. They leak some shit today. We ain't get there yet. We leak a little bit more. Because if you think it was only the first media blast, you forgot Shorty been recording for a long, long time. Also, I do got a question. How the fuck does she has a sex tape of Shannon Sharpe? Men, are we allowing you? I don't know. Y'all tell me how y'all get down. You let your girl record y'all sexual encounter? That seems a little cuckish to me. But whatever. I digress. Maybe that's how you get down. Let's keep it going.
You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about.
Now, when y'all dig a wool, make sure you dig two.
Address the elephant in the room. You're trending on Twitter. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Guys, the news of the day, absolutely, it doesn't. What y'all want me to say?
That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So there's nothing to address. I don't know why everybody if you notice, everybody's posted it. They got me. In the 42 pages, it don't mention nothing about Shannon Sharpe did anything. But y'all want to get clicks. So y'all mention me.
Right.
Now, what's not really kind of seen here is that his demeanor when this broke is one of those, you know, when your op die and you be like, yo, today's a good day. Like, you're not really saying nothing, but you're like, yo, why the sun so bright today? Like, today the perfect temperature. Like, damn, like, everything smell good. Like, you know when niggas want this they op, but they don't want this they op. They're like, yo, nah, today I feel energized. Like, that's kind of what he was on when Skip basically got sued. He's off of Fox Sports. Uncle Shay Shay's cooking. Everything is good. He was almost like, life is good when your ops is getting fried. Let's be honest. What I say? When y'all dig a wool, always dig two. He's getting hit with 10 times the allegation that Skip even got hit with. Skip ain't get to fuck. He was fucking.
And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Okay. So that happened. Now, it's clear this woman, and I would probably say between December 2024 and January 2025, she knew this wasn't going to last anymore. And she was recording conversations to try to use later or try to figure out what to do with it. Did she know, yo, I could go get with a lawyer? I don't know. But she was kind of like cataloging all these things. So some new audio did come out today, chat. And it's a new audio. Remember the audio that got played yesterday? And the audio basically was saying, let's go to the audio from yesterday. Give me 1 second. So the first audio was this, right? Check this out. Watch, we're gonna play a nasty ad. Yeah, they're playing an ad. Anyway, while that happens, shout out to everybody who's tuned in. Okay, we cooking right now. Are we cooking on Rumble? Shout out to all my people, my Rumbleites. Shout out to all my people on TikTok. Oh, we cooking over here. Chat, we got to get to like 40,000 likes on TikTok. I ain't going to hold you. Y'all are playing around. Okay? All right, sorry. So this was the first part of the audio they leaked yesterday.
Like, I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you.
Now, Uncle Shay Shay, I know you got me blocked. By the way, I don't have a problem with you. So you can unblock me. So it's all good. But I get it. I called you Zesty, and I get it. I'm going to be fair in both sides here. And by the way, these are amateur, opinions about this because honestly, how do I know? How do anyone know? Like, it's going to get resolved in court or not. This is what I personally do believe. Shannon, I don't think it's in your nature. Like, you had another situation before. I don't even want to bring it up to make it hot. But there was details of how you were personally with a woman. None of it said that you love to choke women. I actually do not believe that you're someone who chokes women or likes to do that type of thing or threaten to choke women. This is my theory, what I think happened with this situation. And by the way, it's probably not going to make you look good either. I think you got with a woman who had certain kinks, who you are unk, but you kind of trying to keep up with the times. From your text messages that you showed from her, she was putting you on to some BDSM stuff. She was letting you know that, hold on, sorry. She was letting you know that she liked when men were not necessarily aggressive, but would be dominant and force submission. And she reveled in the idea of being choked in sexual situations. I didn't see anything that said she liked being choked in non-sexual situations, but she liked when you exerted your dominance. I personally believe that she expounded this idea to you that, and this might be you carrying it too far, that you thought, hey, I'm choking her all the time when we're having sex. That's like one of the favorite things. Like, she likes when I take control of her. That when you are upset at her, you felt it was appropriate to use the same lingo. Not saying that you did it, because, again, trust me, this is a light, bright chick from Spain. If he really choked her, you know goddamn well she would have had, if she's recording the phone call, she would have took some pictures of her neck with fucking bruises if he was really choking her. That's what I think. I'm an amateur here. I'm going off just like, I think I know people a little bit. So I think his conversations with her saying, yo, I'm going to choke the shit out of you, is him kind of relying on that dynamic where he exerts his dominance over her sexually that she likes. I don't think because again, how she got everything else, these chicks would come with a black eye, bro. They would have posted a picture of her with a black eye or, and by the way, I'm going to caution myself because maybe that's to come. But right now, we don't hear none of that. We ain't hear, you choked me to death, right? Like, we ain't none of that. Or, you choked me till I was unconscious. So, the point what I'm trying to say is that I think Shannon, in my opinion, was using certain language with the woman that he felt because of their kinkiness was appropriate to establish, even outside of just the bedroom, I'm upset with you. I got to discipline you, or I got to put you in line. I'm going to choke you. Again, here's the problem with that. That reads all the way wrong when the court of public opinion is reading it at 3 p.m. They're sober. They don't give a fuck about your dynamic. Yes. And that's why I think they feel like they've hit the mother load, because they have these audio that Shannon is trying to defeat by saying, here's all the messages. Shannon sent us so much messages. You know, all those messages I read last night was from Shannon, right? It's not her release. It's Shannon. Shannon is trying to give us all the info that we could interpret what she's putting out with some contextuality to say, oh, Shirley, well, you were requesting him to choke you in other times. Here's the problem. The woke audience don't care. They're going to be like, well, who cares if she requested that he choke the shit out of her 30 minutes before? It was 30 minutes later. She didn't want to get choked. He's an abuser. He's a predator. He's whatever. Let me keep going.
Thank you.
Okay. Well,
this dead air, if I was Shannon, would concern me. It would concern me. I personally believe Shannon was consumed in this idea that he felt this woman had a kink and respected like this dominance, and he played into this role. Chat, I'm not asking y'all to believe me. I'm not here sticking up for Shannon Sharpe. The nigga got me blocked. Who gives a fuck? I know a homie who, I'm giving this an anecdotal story where like his actions to do with the girl he was dealing with started to match what their dynamic was, what he felt she respected. Like, if he told her to do something, she would kind of buck at him. But if he said, yo, you better do that or I'm going to slap the shit out of you, she did it. And anytime I was around that, I was uncomfortable. Because I'm like, whoa, why y'all talking to each other like that? You know what he would tell me? Nigga, this is my bitch. This is how we get down. And that's all I keep telling y'all. Remember I told y'all with the other story? Anytime you see a woman claim something happened and she go back to the man, mind your motherfucking business. Because you don't know what their dynamic is. Okay? So, obviously, we have no proof of, well, actually, we do have some proof of some shit happening and she went back to him. But I'm not going to claim that happened here. Let me just play.
I don't.
You know what?
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all, chat. I'm going to be honest with y'all, chat. If the rumors are true, I already told y'all we don't negotiate with thoughts and terrorists. Two people we don't negotiate with. If I'm Shannon Sharpe and somehow me and my team came to the agreement that we need to pay this woman $10 million or offer her $10 million for a settlement, and she turned it down, I'm shitting bricks. $10 million she turned down? I have to imagine she has the mother load. She turned down $10 million? Yo, this idea that Cassie got 30 or 50 or whatever the case is, bro, Diddy's a whole billionaire. And even then, I heard it wasn't like what we're hearing. If you offered a chick $10 million, she turned it down, bruv, you better get your memory in order. What do you think she got on you, nigga? Now, that conversation that y'all just saw in there, clearly they've broken it up and they're putting it out in pieces. This was a new piece of audio that they put out today. Check this out. It's a new piece of audio.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. I keep seeing people saying, it sounds like AI. Why does, like, he sounds a certain way, she doesn't sound a certain way? And they're like, Unc is smart. He would have known. This sounds like somebody sent you up. I don't know the full context of this, but he seems mad. And maybe that's why he's oblivious to the fact that she's recording him. He seems upset at her, thinking that X, Y, and Z, and he's probably like, yo, she needs to get it right. So he's oblivious to some of her, like, her tone is very, like, white noise-ish, like, kind of like dead, almost like soulless. But he ignores all that.
Well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Now, Shannon is as green as they come. And by the way, I'm green too. But when I say he's green, it's not dealing with women. It's him thinking that he could speak any way he wants to on a recorded, like, I'm gonna lie. When I text somebody, I think it's gonna be in court. All my texts, I feel like they're gonna be in court. Even on calls, I talk like it's tapped. So, like, when he's talking like this, I'm like, oh, Shannon must be green or really think that this is some old school shit.
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public.
Now, chat, and it's okay. You know, we have an amazing audience here. Sometimes I'll be like, nah, you tweaking. This is what's happening. That comment, oh, I might choke in public. I personally believe that Shannon old ass Shannon leaning into these kinks she has where she's probably most submissive when she's in a sexual situation with someone exerting dominance. So he's trying to do that. I don't think he's really saying that, oh, I'm going to abuse you. I think he thinks that's, you know, you ever had a woman tell you, this is like a new age shit chat. A woman would be like, my love language is designer. You're like, what? My love language is gifts. These chicks have all type of decorative ways to tell you they're selling vagina. My love language. What's your love language? My love language is Zells. What does that mean? That just means you're a fucking prostitute. My love language is this. Like, what are you talking about? Okay? So, I personally believe that they have a kink language here. You know what I'm saying?
So I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public.
And right there, I feel like he feels he's scoring some brownie like, yo. Because here's the thing. If you read the text messages, he actually seems like he doesn't want to be with her in public. But he says to her on the phone, I might choke you in public. Why would he say that? You get it.
Big black guy chokes small white woman.
Oh, no. Hold on, Chad. Yo, this is my next drop. I need this as my next drop. I need this as my next drop. I need this as my next drop, chat. This is my next drop, chat.
Richard Jefferson, I sentence you to 500 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man. Stephen A. Smith, I sentence you to 4,000 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man. Chris Broussard, Rob Parker, I sentence you both to 2,500 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man. Michael Wilbon, you fat, bald-head, no-neck midget, I sentence you to 3,000 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man.
3,000?
Snow Bunny Shannon Sharpe, you're the biggest and strongest of everybody.
Hey, this was 2 years ago. This was 2 years ago. Look.
Bunny Shannon Sharpe, you're the biggest and strongest. Sentence you to 3,000 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man. Snow Bunny Shannon Sharpe, you're the biggest and strongest of everybody on the list, so I'm going to have to sentence you for 10,000 lashes for conduct unbecoming a...
Chat, is it safe to say if Shannon Sharpe got the 10,000 lashes, he wouldn't be in this position? He needed the 10,000 lashes.
Black. Michael Wilbon, you fat, bald-head, no-neck midget, I sentence you to 3,000 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man. Snow Bunny Shannon Sharpe, you're the biggest and strongest of everybody on the list, so I'm going to have to sentence you for 10,000 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man and saying that no black woman can make you happy. 10,000 lashes for Snow Bunny Shannon Sharpe. Who else we got on this list?
God damn. God damn, chat. Dr. Umar, Shannon Sharpe, lashes. Like, he was talking about this a while. This was years ago.
Live when he wasn't looking. I just hope for my Uncle Shannon Sharpe that the Snow Bunny didn't tap the Instagram live while he was popping that Viagra pill. I just hope for my Uncle Shannon Sharpe that the Snow Bunny didn't set him up, because if he didn't hit that button, I don't know how in the hell that button got hit, and he says he's...
Chat, did we ever find out who Michelle was? For whatever reason, when I heard the name Michelle and he accidentally was piping some shit out on live, I said, Michelle? I know about Michelle Obama. Oh, Michelle's a black girl. My boy, he ain't bunny hopping. He with a sister. I ain't gonna lie, chat. I'm gonna tell you how much I got into it. Pause. I was listening to the moans. I was trying to say, oh, that's a black girl moan. I think that's a Afro-Latina moan. That's a melanated moan. That moan right there is come from the pyramids in Africa. Hold on. I gotta play this. Chat, I'm drunk. I ain't gonna lie to you. So just forgive everything I'm doing. What? This right here.
Story. I got a chance to go somewhere. Where did I go? Say it again. Africa.
That's what I thought when I heard about Michelle. But let's keep it real. Shannon don't like nothing as black as him. Africa. That's what I was thinking with Michelle. I'm like, oh, he got Michelle. I'm like, she probably eating that jollof rice. She one of the real ones. Now I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, Michelle was probably an albino white woman. Like, what the fuck? Here we go.
Ain't got no fan. When they smell me with all my cologne.
There we go.
millions and millions of flies.
What?
I think other flies from other countries go vacation in Africa.
Nah, you went crazy.
Bitch. You gotta be careful though. Gotta be careful. Because they have AIDS over there. So
What? No, this is some old school shit.
Hello. But they weren't worried about your social status and who you was with. They were just there to have a good time. And all of a sudden they did this dance called Kuduru.
Nah, this is a classic stand, by the way. You guys should watch it. Anyway, let's get back to it.
Never been on Instagram Live. Uncle Shannon Sharpe, the greatest tight end in NFL history, he said he never been on Instagram Live. So if Unc never been on Instagram Live, how in the hell did Instagram Live go on? It was either the white power structure or he was snow bunnied. It was either the white power structure or he was snow bunnied. It was either the white power structure or Uncle Shannon Sharpe was snow bunny. But I'm going to say this to Uncle Shannon and the rest of you ninjas out here. Stop popping them Viagras.
Oh.
All you have to do is go to the health food store. Listen to me, black man. I'm about to throw you an alley-oop.
What?
Listen to me, black man. I'm about to throw you an alley-oop.
Yeah.
Listen to me, black man. I'm about to throw you an alley-oop. You don't need Viagra. All you need is red maca and black maca, M-A-C-A.
I don't know what this nigga talking about, but I'm ordering food off DoorDash right now, Chad. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'm about to get lit. I might have to order some, I don't know if it's a pizza or some shit, because we got to keep this shit going. Chat, y'all want me to cut stream early tonight because I'm drunk, or y'all want me to keep it going because I just got to order some food? I'm ordering some food right now. Dan, hold on. Y'all want to help me order food? Chat, like where I live at, because it's all mansions around here, there's like no like convenience stores. So like, DoorDash works off how far the shit is, so it's mad far for me. I got Wendy's, Papa John's, Taco Bell. I don't eat Taco Bell. That's crazy. Dunkin' Donuts. I only drink coffee from there. What the fuck? By the way, it's after midnight here. I'm gonna have to get Papa John's probably, right? Because it's pizza. What the fuck? Chat, we about to order some shit. Burger King still open? I'm not trusting no burger made at Burger King after midnight. That's crazy. Wawa, 7-Eleven. That's crazy too. Y'all got no fucking like options in here. I think I'm gonna order pizza. Quick check. Goddamn. Old Baccarat? What the fuck is that? They think I'm like Muslim or some shit? What the fuck? I don't eat that shit. Oh no. Trying to figure this shit out. Alright, I'm getting pizza, bro. I ain't even gonna hold you. Should I get wings? I'm gonna get some wings. I ain't gonna hold you. Get some. Yo, chat, I don't even know how y'all watch me stream, because I be just doing bullshit. Nigga, I'm over here ordering pizza. So I ordered 6 wings from 6 buffalo wings. What else I'm about to order? You see, I gotta order shit that if I don't eat, my dogs eat. If I order pizza, they're not about to eat the pizza, but they'll eat the wings. Yes, I feed my dogs hot wings. They're gangster. What else? I'm gonna get a small pizza. Word 2. Yo, chat, we doing a 30 for 30. Y'all gonna see me do a lot of shit on here. I gotta get y'all geared up, because when I do a 24-hour stream, y'all gonna see a lot about me. I don't know if y'all want to really know and tap in with act. Like I'm a little bit odd. Like I'll tell y'all right now, when I get up in the morning, I spend an hour. I take an hour shit. I ain't gonna hold you. I go on there and I watch all my YouTube videos. So I watch the videos from last night because I'm usually drunk. Like I'm drunk now. So I watch me again. Then I watch No Jumper, and I watch Vlad, and I watch Wack tell on himself, and I watch everybody else. And I'm in the bathroom for an hour, and then I do that, and I take my dogs out. That's what I do every day. So if I do a 24-hour stream, y'all gonna see that shit. The cameraman gonna be in the bathroom with me. Nah, pause. That's gay. No, yeah. Oh, we gotta talk about Ye. Okay, let's get pepperoni pizza. Fuck. I don't eat pizza like that. Okay. What the fuck? Oh, I almost ordered 2 pizzas. Said $42 for a pizza, but it's $20. All right. So I'm spending $43. I'm getting some wings and pepperoni pizza. I'm not Muslim, so I can eat pork, I think. Anyway, let's get back to it, man.
Throw your alley-oop. You don't need Viagra. All you need is
It's a honey pack. That's a fact. Those are this nigga. Chat, I'll give y'all the link. I might have to drop my own honey pack. Y'all get a honey pack, nigga. You gonna feel like Goku when he was whipping all them niggas ass, Cell, Freeze, all them bitch ass niggas. If you fuck what this nigga talking about, all that natural shit don't work. Yeah, all y'all need is a fucking honey pack. You pop one honey pack, nigga, you gonna think you Super Saiyan 3, nigga. Facts. Trust. I know the shit was so potent, the FDA banned the shit. Because I used to cop it off Amazon. I ain't gonna hold you. Amazon was like, no more. FDA say no good. I'm like, what the fuck? Nigga, I feel like I'm copying it from the dark web at this point. Y'all fuck with honey packs? All right, whatever. Fuck y'all niggas, man. Anyway.
red maca and black maca, M-A-C-A. Get on Amazon right now. And
No. I'll give y'all the secret link, the chat nigga membership exclusive link. The honey pack you get, by the way, this ain't no drug and shit. This is for you to take as a nigga. Feel me? Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. This is mad TMI, but I'm drunk. Nigga, I feel like I be, like, my shit so hard, I feel like I got like an extra inch and a half. Pause. Extra pause. I'm done.
order you some maca powder or some maca tablets.
All right, let's get off of this. All right, Dr. Umar. Okay. So, back to this new thing. So, this is what Dr. Umar said. Wait, hold on.
Shannon Sharpe had the snow bunny virus when he was in high school. Shannon Sharpe never liked black people. Shannon Sharpe never cared about black people. Maybe that's why you don't date black girls. So you don't date black women. You've abandoned black women. And although a HBCU is responsible for making Shannon Sharpe who he is, shout out to Savannah State. And now that a HBCU is responsible for making Shannon Sharpe what he is, he wants to turn his back on Savannah State and tell the whole world that I never wanted to go there. Shannon
Sharpe, I heard he got caught on the live banging out a snow bunny. We not gonna talk about.
Wait, Michelle was a snow bunny?
Uncle Shannon Sharpe, I heard he got caught on the live banging out a snow bunny. We not gonna talk about Uncle Shannon Sharpe being snow bunnied on Instagram Live. We not gonna laugh at our brother. We are not gonna laugh at our brother. I just hope to Shannon Sharpe that the snow bunny didn't tap his Instagram Live when he wasn't looking. I just hope for my.
Yo, low key, I feel like they did. Yo, I feel like Michelle was trying to set Shannon Sharpe up. I think Shannon Sharpe. Yo, listen, I'm green, but Shannon Sharpe green too, bro. I knew Shannon was green when he said, I don't even know how to go live on Instagram Live. So how did this happen? Shannon, you were drunk, she was drunk, nigga. She turned the Instagram Live on, stupid. Shannon was green. You ever heard Shannon talk about it? Look. He explains the IG Live. He said he never went on IG. Oh, no. He said he never went live on IG Live before. Here we go.
Came in, I threw my phone on the bed, gazed in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on.
You ain't never turned IG Live on, but it went on. Shannon been green as fuck. It was all. Listen, I'm green too. So I'm not. Listen, we're both green. Okay. Shannon's so stupid. He said he don't even know to go on IG Live, but he went on IG Live. He don't realize she put it on IG Live. That's why the new girl ran to play on him. She like, wait, you don't know how you went live? He like, no, listen to your skip. Listen to your skip. I don't know how I went. You know what that chick said? Oh, this is a stupid ass nigga. All right, bet. I got my play ready. How the fuck you ain't know that shit? I thought he was trolling here. If Michelle lined him up, nigga Gabriella was like, oh, hold up. I got a mean play for your stupid ass.
I don't know how it works.
Yo, didn't I tell y'all last night? I said Shannon Sharpe should stop fucking chicks under the age of 40. Once he says, yo, Shannon was texting a girl. It was like 11:30. She said, yo, I need some dick right now. You know what he said to her? It's too late. You're going to tell a young thought, she's 20 years old, that it's 11:30, she can't get no cock? And you think she's going to be faithful to you?
And so all of a sudden, my other phone is going off and people are calling me FaceTime that I've never talked to a day in my life on FaceTime. And it didn't, I'm like, why are y'all calling me FaceTime? And after a while, Jamie, and he says, Shannon, you on IG Live. I'm like, doing what? You know, I'm like, what am I on IG Live for? I ain't hit no IG Live button. He says, they can hear. I'm like, so now, Ocho, you know, I say ask for patience. He said they can hear. And now I'm starting to get agitated again because you called me and say I'm on IG Live when I know I didn't click myself on IG Live.
Yo, Shannon Sharpe set himself up. Yo, Shannon, Michelle lined you because you're dumb. You're not even dumb. You're just older, so you don't know. And trust me, Gabriella realized, wait, this nigga that stupid? She start running a play on you, bro. This is why, Shannon, if you gonna fuck with the YNs, like the YN chicks, you got to be in the mindset of a YN. You're in the mindset of Unc. You're telling a woman, oh, it's 11:30, so I got me a skip. If you telling her you can't fuck her at 11:30 because it's too late for you, you too old for this shit, bro. These bitches are fucking YNs at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Shannon didn't know they were running a play on him. We're in 2020 hindsight. I'm green too. I'm not acting like I'm better than Shannon. But all I'm trying to say is that I do believe Shannon when he said, I don't know how I went live. I never went on IG Live. Shannon, look at me. I hope you know now, Michelle put y'all on live. You know why? You're an old school player that you a trick, but you don't trick as much as these bitches want. These chicks want a big trick, okay? They put the word out about how you moving. That's why you was on IG Live. And that's why the new girl did what she did. You oblivious to this.
Live. And he said they can hear me. I said, hear me doing what? He said, it sounds like you were having sex. Man, my heart came in. I threw my phone on the bed, gazed in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works. And so all of a sudden, my other phone is going off and people are calling me FaceTime that I've never talked to a day in my life on.
Can I order some of that? There's a lot of need around here for what I heard.
Man, that boy Shannon Sharpe, man. Hey, y'all. What y'all feel about that, man? He just got hacked. Supposedly he's saying he got hacked.
Chat. The jumbo flies back. I just heard it in my ear. Chat. Did y'all see it? The jumbo flies back. I need a fly swatter. If y'all watched yesterday's stream, I told y'all there's a pterodactyl fly in here. It shit don't even go. It could go like. It's somewhere around here. I just heard it. I swear I'll blow this whole fucking crib up. If this fly lands in my fucking Casamigos bottle, because, oh, never mind. I got to cover here. Anyway, here's the point. Fuck that. Chat, the point I'm trying to tell y'all is this. Uncle Shay Shay, I hope he's connecting the dots. Michelle set you up, nigga. You were probably fucking multiple girls. They were tired of it. They set you up that you got to claim somebody because they're going to embarrass you. You getting exposed to fuck Michelle was by design. Michelle set it up. There's nobody on planet Earth that never been on Instagram Live or know how to accidentally go live and have no idea. Come on, Shannon. You got to use your brain. Anyway, let's keep it going.
My uncle Shannon Sharpe that the
Sharpe. Okay. So, after this, I hope I'm continuing the same train of thought. It's very important. Well, actually, no. We're going to play one more Dr. Umar, then we're going to play the reactions of this. So Dr. Umar had previously said this, right?
Shannon Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother. Shannon Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother, on one condition.
What's the condition?
I'm getting text messages from all over the African universe telling me that Shannon Sharpe was accused of the unspeakable.
What?
I'm getting text messages telling me that Shannon Sharpe was accused of the unspeakable. I'm going to stand with my uncle Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to stand with my uncle Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to stand with Uncle Shay Shay on one condition. Uncle Shay Shay. No more snow bunnies after this scandal.
Oh, nah.
If you cannot promise me that you will never seek the company of another snow bunny, I cannot stand with you. Uncle Shay Shay. Uncle Shay Shay. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on this one. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on this one. But Uncle Shay Shay, no more bunnies after this. Can somebody confirm if he's being accused by snow bunnies or Afro-Queens?
Now, we could stop it there because Shannon, remember the audio we played, he literally says to the woman, a big black man choking a white woman. So even though she is a Spaniard and she's actually not Hispanic, but she is Spanish, and technically that's a different ethnicity group other than white, he looks at her as white because he says,
well, you're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public. Big black guy chokes small white woman.
that sounds like a Pornhub title. What the fuck?
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do with the shit you did to me.
Okay, well...
Well, what?
Wow. Okay. So that was that audio. Now here's the thing. There's been a lot of commentary that happened afterwards. Like, for example, what's this? All right, we don't care about that. Stephen A. Smith And I think this was the most damning thing of it all. The tone Stephen A. Smith took, I said, Shannon's cooked. Check this out. This is Stephen A. Smith talking about this whole thing.
Case, which means that he can either be found liable or not liable. The accuser in question is seeking $50 million. That was confirmed by Shannon Sharpe on that video today. According to the reports, it's somebody that he met in 2023, who was 19 years old at that particular moment in time. According to some audio that was put out earlier today by Attorney Busby, you hear the accuser, the female, talking to somebody who is alleged to be Shannon Sharpe. We don't know whether that's true or not. And the person in question, again, we don't know whether it's Shannon or not, the words choke, as in I will choke the hell out of you if I saw you. And so because of that, knowing that audio was probably going to come out along with additional tapes, whether they be video or audio is unclear at this particular moment in time.
Chat, you know the hard thing for me?
Shannon Sharpe felt compelled.
Hold on. You know the hard thing for me when I be watching all this shit? What's one of my favorite mottos? It's better to be liked than to be right. My nigga, there ain't a 100th the amount of evidence on Shannon Sharpe they got on me. Nigga, they ran with this shit like it was wildfire, bro. They didn't give a fuck what I thought. People like Shannon, though. Even hearing Stephen A. say this, I'm like, yo, Shannon is really like, people don't want to believe this shit. And I don't believe this shit, really, but it's like, Tony Busby has a way to make it look convincing, and it's going to make it tough for everyone, but it's like, holy shit.
To come out in his own defense. How we interpret that. Let me be very, very clear about where I'm coming from. I'm a bit torn in terms of his response. On one hand, Tony Busby has sued Jay-Z. He did sue Diddy. He did accuse them or represented the...
He made his name of Deshaun Watson. Remember that. Y'all talked about... This is why it's so interesting for sports. Tony Busby's name in pop culture was made off Deshaun Watson. Y'all are a sports broadcast. Y'all basically talked about Deshaun Watson like he was a dog. Now he's coming after one of your colleagues. How does that look and how does it feel, Stephen A. Smith? I'm not saying I agree with him because I think it's bullshit. But now it's making y'all realize that y'all reporting about other people. I learned that too because I had to realize, I said, damn. I know my mans ain't no predator, but now the shoe's on the other foot.
The woman who was accusing them of assault, of sexual assault, and said that she was 13 years of age at the time when talking about Jay-Z and Diddy, and Jay-Z went ballistic and emphatically denied it, wouldn't let it go. The case was dropped, and now he's suing.
Shout out to Marlene on TikTok.
Busby, mentioning words like extortion and other things. So when Shannon Sharpe brought up Mr. Busby in that video that we aired and talked about him being extorted, he brought up Mr. Busby and Mr. Busby's past. And he talked about him, going against African-American men. There's two thoughts there. On one hand, there's the Jay-Z, who obviously should be presumed innocent, not just because you should be presumed innocent until found guilty, but because of the manner in which he fought on his own behalf and has been very aggressive in going after Tony Busby. In the case of P. Diddy, you don't know what to believe. Again, the case against Jay-Z was a civil suit. Diddy was a civil suit.
Yo, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Y'all not gonna like what I'm saying. All my real supporters, just chill out for a second. But I know y'all love me. What Stephen A. and a lot of people ain't trying to say is that, bro, in reality, dog, I don't know Diddy. I don't know Diddy. Bro, I told y'all, the first time I ever spoke with Diddy, like, on the phone, was when he was locked up at 6ix9ine. And the first thing he said to me, he said, Ak, you know I don't hate you, right? He had messaged me before, told me us having a talk, but I thought he was trying to, like, I don't know if he was trying to check me or press me about some Young Miami shit, but it felt like he was almost saying, like, dog, you fucking on my pimp game. I'm fucking all these hoes. You making these bitches feel insecure because of your platform. You're calling them side chicks and all type of shit. Like, what's up with you, gang? I know that. By the way, that's the reason why Shaq mad at me. I get that. But this whole thing, I was like, all right, cool. And even what Stephen A. Smith is
And
saying
has been
here,
very aggressive in going after Tony Busby. In the case of P. Diddy, you don't know what to believe.
That's my issue. Bro, y'all know y'all don't believe these hoes. But y'all keep going. Like, you see, the industry sacrificed Diddy. Sacrificed Diddy. It's like, oh, we're going to just say Diddy is Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was fucking these bitches just like mad other nigga was fucking these bitches. But they realized for that era to go on, they have to sacrifice a nigga. They sacrificed Bill, and they're sacrificing Diddy. So when I hit him just say that phony shit like, oh, with Diddy, I don't know what to believe. Yo, gang, the same shit they kind of accusing Diddy of, they're accusing your mans of. They're accusing him of the same thing. Maybe he doesn't fit under sex trafficking, but they're saying he uses power, his money, his wealth, he's threatening violence. Bro, like, this is when you realize the whole industry is full of shit. Because at the end of the day, it's mad niggas doing weird shit. But when the public picks one person to say we're going to put the noose around his neck, niggas start making educated choices to be like, oh, okay, let Diddy go down for all this. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about Diddy. This not me sticking up for him. What I'm trying to tell y'all is that y'all watching these niggas now still trying to make the distinction between Diddy and them. When you dig a hole, always dig two.
Again, the case against Jay-Z was a civil suit. Diddy was a civil suit. But in Diddy, you don't know what to believe because of all the allegations he's facing.
Stephen A., remember this. That's exactly what Shannon Sharpe said about Deshaun Watson. And then the lawyer who sued Deshaun Watson 24 times now sued him. Just remember that. There's a lot of everybody want to be like, oh, I'm just like perfect. When you dig a hole, make sure you dig two. This whole,
But we can't forget that Tony Busby was also the person that represented at least 24
there we go.
of the 27 women that accused Deshaun Watson.
There we go.
Of sexual misconduct along with other allegations. And at least 23 of those cases were settled. So we have an obligation to mention that. So on one hand, going on the offensive to defend himself, I completely understand where Shannon Sharpe is coming from. On the other hand, when his legal team issued out the press release on X yesterday, and they spoke about, they mentioned her name.
Let me tell you this. And this is why lawyers and this Me Too movement was always win. Look at Stephen A. Smith's face. He's heartbroken. Stephen A. Smith knows the result of this. He just can't tell us. Them top guys who talk to him, who all fly on private jets, and he's lucky enough, he's the only Negro in their club. They're clipping Shannon. This is the next frontier we're going to hear. Why'd you think Fox Sports was cool with him leaving? We heard things there. It's going to be a snowball effect. What you're seeing with Stephen A right now, he know it's all bad. It's all bad. They're going to come with, oh yeah, we did get a report about Shannon at Fox Sports. It made it difficult for our management to want to go forward. He had a case in 2012, or 2012, I mean. They're going to paint that picture. The look on Stephen A. Smith's face is he said, damn, I thought we were going to rock out a few years. He knows it's over. He knows. Look at his face.
And they revealed some of those explicit texts.
By the way, I don't think Shannon Sharpe did shit. But this is what happens when you have these big contracts. It's not necessarily if you did shit. It's if you look like you did shit. Because they're not going to bet they're not going to bet all of their contracts and whatever they got going on you're telling the truth.
Exactly. Messages. That was uncomfortable. And I don't know if that's a strategy that would work. One of the hardest things in the world for all of us to do is to just lay low and be quiet. And let our legal team do it. And we don't always know whether or not that's the right thing to do. I know, and I can tell you all that I spoke to Shannon. Not in details, but I spoke to him. And he emphatically proclaims his innocence. According to Mr. Busby, his client emphatically proclaims his guilt. So where does that leave us? I'd love to tell you that I know the answer to that question, but I don't. I am the executive producer of First Take on ESPN. I recruited Shannon. I went and got him and brought him to ESPN. But I'm not the boss. Those are other folks. There are layers to this, and there are certain layers even I am not on. I can tell you, I also spoke to co-chairman of Disney, the boss, Jimmy Pitaro.
Did we get clipped on TikTok?
Who made it very, very clear. We are taking this matter very seriously. And we are looking into this very, very closely. And once we gather as many facts as we possibly can, we will go from there. And that is all he said. And I can mention his name because I received his permission to say that. I don't know what that means. In my perfect world, this equates to Jay-Z, where the case ultimately dropped and Shannon is allowed to continue on First Take and continue to thrive and shine. And not just that, and have an illustrious career in the podcast stratosphere, doing Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco, doing Club Shay Shay, and ultimately gets this $100 million deal that he was all over the news about to sign just a couple of days before this report came out. In my perfect world, he moves on. And somehow, some way, we find this all to be false. But it doesn't seem like that's the way things are about to go down, considering who Mr. Busby is.
There we go.
And how emphatic his client is proclaiming that she is right and she's telling the truth.
See, he had the opportunity to say, man, Busby's a fucking liar. I stand with Shannon. He's keeping it. I got $100 million, Shannon. You go get it in the streets, nigga. Hold on, I think my food here.
I recruited Shannon. I went and got him and brought him to ESPN.
Let me see.
But I'm not the boss. Those are other folks.
Oh, the food's here.
There are layers to this, and there are certain layers even I am not on. I can tell you, I also spoke to co-chairman of Disney, the boss, Jimmy Pitaro, who made it very, very clear we are taking this matter very seriously, and we are looking into this very, very closely. And once we gather as many facts as we possibly can, we will go from there. And that is all he said. And I can mention his name because I received his permission to say that. I don't know what that means. In my perfect world, this equates to Jay-Z, where the case ultimately dropped and Shannon is allowed to continue on First Take and continue to thrive and shine. And not just that, and have an illustrious career in the podcast stratosphere, doing Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco, doing Club Shay Shay, and ultimately gets this $100 million deal that he was all over the news about to sign just a couple of days before this report came out.
Real nigga shit.
In my perfect world, he moves on.
Nah, they got him.
And somehow, some way, we find this all to be
Word 2.
false.
Now the Papa John's hitting over here. I ain't gonna hold you.
But it doesn't seem like that's the way things are about to go down, considering who Mr. Busby is and how emphatic his client.
All right, they be all right. I don't eat flats. I only eat... When I order wings, if I can't choose only drumsticks, I don't eat flats, period. I just throw them... Well, I give them to my dogs. I don't eat no flats, period.
Is proclaiming that she is right and she's telling the truth.
Good money.
I don't know where this is going to go.
He lying.
I can't speak to anything else.
He lying. With the pace we're going, Shannon not about to be on ESPN next week, bro. That's a fact. We're going to see a post that says Shannon is taking some time off to focus on blah, 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 while we independently investigate, and then we ain't going to see that nigga. Trust. It's, bro, ESPN is owned by Disney, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know who Shannon Sharpe's legal team is.
I'll eat flats, bro.
What they're suggesting. I imagine that everything that has transpired has been at the behest of his lawyers, not just himself. I can tell you again that when I spoke to him, he is emphatic in stating his innocence, that this is a shakedown, to use his words.
It is.
How wise is it to use those kind of words when a civil matter of this nature is out there? When you have a podcast and you have advertisers and sponsors?
Yo. I keep telling y'all, Chad, so I ain't saying a deal. Shannon Sharpe is right. These hoes lying. I think they've been lying on him. But he got too much sponsors, so he got to play it a certain way. If he was fully independent, he could get online all the time and talk about it. But, bro, the money Shannon Sharpe is making, probably 70%. He's making good money from just YouTube, right? But he's making probably 4 times the amount of money that YouTube would pay because of sponsors. You got to appease those people. That's where I think Shannon's going to fuck up. Because here's the thing with Shannon. I'm warning you now. Like, I hope it doesn't happen. It's going to be a domino effect. The moment ESPN says we're going to have him step down because it's a distraction, every one of his sponsors is gone. Facts. Sponsors are dick riders. If they see one person pull out, they don't want bad rep. They will put money behind Hitler until they see the bad headline. Once the bad headline comes, they want to cancel everything. So right now, no one is like putting pressure on the sponsors to say, well, if he's accused of this, why did you sign him? But what's going to happen is that through his conversations or like, someone who might have more relevancy to him, those conversations are going to be forced, and now he's going to have to do what he does. Anyway.
Sponsors, and you work for ESPN and they have advertising sponsors. I don't know. What can we say if any of us were in that position and we felt or were proclaiming we were innocent? I don't know. And I'm not about to pretend. I just wanted to make sure that I echoed to all of you that the only reason I spoke on this issue is because he works with me 2 days a week. He's on national television. He was on national television with me today. He was on national television with me yesterday when the story came out Sunday night. I didn't know anything about it until we got on the air. But he was on air. And if you know him in part because of all the work that he's doing with me and what he's doing in this industry, I know everybody's been waiting, like, Stephen A., what you got to say about this? I got to say what I just told you. I don't know what's happened. I know I got love for the brother. I know that I'm wishing that he's innocent and all of this stuff goes away and he can continue to thrive with me on ESPN and thrive in his own platforms that he worked so diligently over the years to build.
Hold up.
But anything else?
Shannon Sharpe's platform is not threatened. This is why I keep telling you. Eventually, we're going to have to make choices. Or you're going to be fully independent, or you're going to be in the system. That's the only problem Shannon Sharpe is going to have right now. You could be still wildly successful without sponsorships. But I think if he was talking about $100 million, he wants these industry-like assisted situations to make sure he get whatever money he wants to get. Those things are going to be affected. Because people who like Shannon Sharpe or like this type of stuff, they're going to be caring about this a lot.
Else would be entirely irresponsible for me to speak on. And I can't do that. Yes, I own this. This is my platform. But I also have a day job and I also understand what lawyers, what HR, and all of those other things entail. What I said is all I can say. And in all honesty, at this moment, it is all I know. I have no idea what direction ESPN and Walt Disney will go in when it comes to this matter. All I do know is it won't be me making a decision. It'll be others upstairs. In the end, all of us have someone to answer to. No matter how maverick we try to be and we own our own business and we're our sole proprietors like I am on this platform and stuff like that. There are advertisers, there are sponsors, there are people you do.
Let me just stop it right here, man. Stephen A. done told us basically the game plan. ESPN finna be done with Shannon Sharpe. It's not the end of his career. I think Shannon Sharpe has a illustrious business model, audience, platform, and product. He's going to be fine. he's going to have to get in his head, though, that trying to rely on these people to advance things for you, do things for you, show you appreciation, you're going to waste your time. That's the only thing I could say. Anyway, I see a lot of people chimed in afterwards, right? I seen a bunch of people play the, there's a Breakfast Club posting about this. And this is what they said. Check this out.
Quote from a text message. So the quote, and some of it I can't even say, I don't think, but
54 and she was 19 years old.
So listen, and how old he is?
I think he's like 56.
Nah,
yeah.
with
2,500 a cheek. So what? Like
25,000 a cheek.
25,000 a cheek.
Google says he is 56 years old.
And were they actually a couple?
Yes, they were. They were doing whatever this did.
Yo, women are so delusional. They weren't a fucking couple. He was telling her whatever she needed to hear that he could keep fucking. It's always women who are just saying this bullshit. Like, that's why they say I was with Selena. I'm like, no, I wasn't, my nigga. You know what I mean? Hold on. So I can play. There's a newer Breakfast Club clip. Was it played? Oh, no, I can't find it. No, I can't find it.
He was 50 and she was 19.
56. 54
and she was 19 years old.
So listen, and crafted to falsely portray a consensual act as non-consensual. So yes, whatever they were doing at the time, according to Shannon Sharpe, it was consensual, but she's looking at it a different way.
But that's not against the law because she was of age. So even though she was 19, that's not against the law.
This is a very, very messy situation. I don't know what's true and what's not true, but I have no idea why a 54-year-old man is dating a 19, 20-year-old. I know y'all like to be out here bragging about smashing these young things, but that's not a flex to me. You 54 years old, you should be laid up with your wife and kids, taking your cholesterol medicine, minding your damn business.
Hey, I know this is the part that people don't like to be talked about because everybody likes to seem like Superman. But I ain't gonna lie, shout out to Charlamagne. I think Charlamagne's even taught people like me. Charlamagne used to be on the radio bragging about how he cheated on his wife. Was his wife now. Back then, I think she was his girlfriend. How he didn't give a fuck, blah, blah. Charlamagne, who was starting to get a lot of money, started making a lot of things happen for himself. Essentially, when he changed his tune about a lot of stuff, happened to happen when people were trying to accuse him of some nefarious things that he was innocent of. So I think the clear message to send here is if you got something going on, or if you're related to, or if the feds hit you up about some crazy shit. Did I just go left? I'm not calling whack, chill. I'm trying to get if y'all understand what I'm saying.
He's looking at it a different way.
I have no idea why a 54-year-old man is dating a 19.
Okay, I got back on my point. Yo, I'm even gonna lie to you, and I think Charlamagne does say this. Bro, a lot of the shit you used to say, man, Charlamagne only been cool recently and not get into this drama because he's been married. I'm not a fan of marriage. But one thing I can say, it seems like marriage does provide not only stability and, of course, a nuclear family for having kids and, building out, but, bro, we just got to be honest about shit. All of these dudes who are getting older but are rich as fuck, who are chasing young pussies, chasing a vibe, chasing the threesomes, the orgies. And by the way, I'm also not excluding, because at this point I'm teetering on OG/unk status. I'm not excluding myself. Those are the people who seem to be getting in trouble. It appears that the people who have just kind of like submitted or retired to like this boring lifestyle, they don't get in trouble. It's these niggas who, you got Shannon Sharpe who still think he could bench press like 400 pounds. Yeah, of course, he's still trying to seek out a woman who's impressed by whatever he got going on to fuck for probably some validation. And that's where we get a lot of other issues that come into it. You get what I'm saying?
18, 20-year-old. I know y'all like to be out here bragging about smashing these young things, but that's not a flex to me. You 54 years old. You should be laid up with your wife and kids, taking your cholesterol medicine, minding your damn business. We need discipline and stability. That's. And I ain't talking about just Shannon. I'm just talking about all of us in general. Men need discipline and stability.
So Shannon Sharpe is being sued by Jane Doe by the same man that has a case against Diddy, or try to put a case against Diddy, Jay-Z. Honestly, from what it's looking like, Tony Busby only goes after successful black men. Like, okay, let's say even if they're wrong, like from the outside looking in, he literally only goes after successful black men. And I don't know if it's like a personal vendetta or what he has, but amen. It's not a, feel me? I can't really give my personal opinions, but it's crazy. I hope this isn't true. I don't see this case really going anywhere. Like, cases like this is really only for headlines, so it sounds crazy. And like, I feel like with a lot of black people, you're guilty, like, and then proven innocent. You're not like proven innocent, so like, you feel me? Till you go to court. And this headline just looks so crazy. And like what Axe said, he has $100 million deal on the line. Of course they want to get him out of here, bro, or lower the deal or something. I don't know. But it's your boy Big Act News. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and pray for the best for your Shannon Sharpe, man.